Snow fell in thick, silent sheets outside the 49th floor of Northbridge Capitol, frosting the city in white, while ambition burned warm inside glass offices. CEO Victoria Hale could buy almost anything: companies, competitors, loyalty. But she couldn't buy one man's time. Every evening at exactly 5:30 p.m., Adrian Cole closed his laptop and walked away, no matter who was watching. No promotions, no dinners, no late-night strategy sessions, no to her. And tonight, as snow buried the streets below, Victoria finally decided to ask the question that had haunted her all winter. Why won't you date me? December, in Boston, carried a particular weight, the kind that settled on shoulders like wet wool, pressing down through layers of cashmere and ambition until only the essential remained visible. Outside, the floor-to-ceiling windows of Northbridge Capitol, snowflakes descended in hypnotic spirals, each one a small surrender to gravity. Adrian Cole didn't watch them fall. His eyes stayed fixed on dual monitors, fingers moving across the keyboard with the efficiency of someone who'd calculated exactly how much time each task required. Around him, the open-plan office hummed with the particular energy of people trying to impress voices pitched slightly too loud on conference calls, laughter that traveled just far enough to reach the corner office, the performative rustle of late-afternoon ambition. "Snow's really coming down," Marcus Chen said from the neighboring desk, stretching his arms overhead. "Bet half the team calls it early today." Adrian didn't look up. "Maybe. Not you, though." Marcus had worked 2 desks away for 18 months. He'd learned that Adrian's responses came in single words when possible, full sentences when necessary, and never with the casual padding most people use to soften workplace interaction. "You're like clockwork. Snow, rain, heat wave, 5:30, and you're gone. Consistency matters." "Sure, but..." Marcus lowered his voice, leaning slightly closer. "You know Hale notices, right? The CEO. She watches you leave every single day." Adrian's fingers paused for half a second, then resumed. "That's her business. Could be your opportunity, man. She's brilliant, gorgeous, and she clearly has a thing for the strong, silent type." Marcus grinned. Most guys would kill for that kind of attention from someone like Victoria Hale. "I'm not most guys." The office layout at Northbridge had been designed by someone who believed transparency bred accountability. Glass walls separated the executive offices from the main floor, creating the illusion of accessibility while maintaining clear, hierarchical boundaries. From where he sat, Adrian could see directly into Victoria Hale's corner office if he chose to look. He rarely chose, but she looked often. Victoria Hale had built Northbridge Capital from a single venture fund into a billion-dollar investment firm in 7 years. She'd done it through pattern recognition, seeing opportunities in data that others missed, identifying talent before it became obvious, understanding that timing was everything. And for 6 months now, she'd been studying the pattern of Adrian Cole. He arrived at 8 a.m. Exactly. He took lunch at his desk. Always. He left at 5:30 p.m., without exception. He declined every social invitation, every networking event, every casual drink, every carefully orchestrated opportunity she'd created to spend time with him outside the rigid structure of workplace interaction. From her glass office, she watched him now. Watched the way his shoulders held themselves square even after 9 hours at a desk. Watched the methodical way he organized his workspace, each movement economical and precise. Watched him check his watch at 5:27 p.m., then begin the shutdown sequence he performed every evening. Her assistant, Jennifer Park, appeared in the doorway with a tablet. "The Sanderson contract is ready for your review, and you have 3 messages from Cancel My Dinner with the Mercer Group." Jennifer's professional composure flickered. That's been on the calendar for 6 weeks. They flew in from Seattle specifically. Reschedule. Apologize. Send a bottle of the 2015 Chateau Margaux to their hotel with my personal note." Victoria stood, smoothing her charcoal skirt. "And hold my calls for the next hour, of course." Jennifer knew better than to ask questions when Victoria used that particular tone. "Should I? I'll handle it myself." Through the glass, she watched Adrian close his laptop at exactly 5:29 p.m. Watched him slip it into a worn leather messenger bag that had seen better years. Watched him button his coat, a good coat, well made, but not new. Nothing about Adrian Cole was new. Everything about him was maintained, preserved, carefully managed to last. At 5:30 p.m., he stood. Victoria moved. She reached the elevator bank 3 steps ahead of him. When he arrived, she was already there, positioned in a way that looked casual but blocked the call button. "Adrian." She kept her voice level. "Do you have a moment?" His eyes met hers directly. Most people couldn't hold her gaze. Something about the intensity made them look away, shift their weight, find sudden interest in their phones. Adrian simply looked back, expression neutral, waiting. "It's 5:30, he said finally. "I know. I watch you leave every day at exactly 5:30. Then you know I need to go. I'm asking for 5 minutes. I don't have 5 minutes." The elevator dinged. Doors opened. Empty car. He moved toward it. She stepped into his path. The air between them crystallized into something sharp. Around them, the office had begun its evening exodus, people gathering coats, making plans for drinks, discussing the snowstorm. No one looked at them directly, but everyone was aware. You didn't work at Northbridge Capital without developing a sixth sense for power dynamics. "My office," Victoria said quietly. Now, it wasn't a request. Victoria's office occupied the northwest corner of the 49th floor, offering views of Boston that made visitors pause mid-sentence to stare. Tonight, those views showed nothing but white snow falling so thick it erased the city's sharp edges, softening everything into suggestion. Adrian stood near the door. Didn't sit, didn't remove his coat. His posture communicated everything. "This is temporary. I'm already leaving." Victoria moved to the windows, needing the moment to organize her thoughts. She'd negotiated billion-dollar deals without her pulse rising. She'd faced down hostile boards and aggressive competitors with perfect composure. But something about Adrian Cole's contained stillness made her feel off balance in her own office. "You've been with Northbridge for 3 years, she began, watching his reflection in the glass. "Your performance reviews are flawless. Your project completion rate is the highest in your division. Last quarter, you identified the vulnerability in the Morrison acquisition that saved us $8 million. I was doing my job. You were doing it brilliantly." She turned to face him. "Which is why I've tried 4 times to promote you. Each time, you've declined. I have my reasons. Care to share them?" The word landed flat. No apology. No softening. Just a boundary, clearly marked. Victoria moved to her desk, rested her fingertips on its polished surface. "I've invited you to 7 different networking events. You've declined all of them. I've suggested coffee to discuss career development. Declined. Lunch to review the Heartfelt project. Declined." She paused. "Last month, I invited you to the symphony. The Boston Symphony Orchestra. My private box. You said no. I did. Most people in this company would consider any of those invitations an opportunity. I'm not most people, I noticed." She let silence settle for 3 seconds. "You intrigue me, Adrian, and very few people intrigue me." His expression didn't change. "I should go. Do you find me unattractive?" The question emerged sharper than she'd intended, revealing more than she'd meant to show. Outside, snow continued its relentless descent. Inside, the heating system hummed, filling the silence with white noise. Adrian's eyes held hers. "This is inappropriate. Answer the question. You're my employer. I'm a woman asking a man a direct question. "You're a CEO who's used to getting what she wants," Adrian said, his voice level but firm. "And right now, you want an answer I can't give you. Can't or won't? Both." Victoria felt something crack in her chest, a small fissure in the careful construction she'd built around her professional self. But those rejections came with explanations, counteroffers, alternative proposals. They came with logic she